Every day I get up and say, what is this idiot going to do next? And I wake up and he does it. He goes on a television show and he makes stupid statements. And he tells it to a comedian. But even Jay Leno stabbed him in the back, by the way. I don't know if you know this. While Obama, the president of the United States of America, was waiting backstage to make a fool of himself on a comedy show, jokes were told about the president of the United States that are actually quite shocking. Listen to clip 17. You're not going to believe it. 17.
The White House has admitted that President Obama's chief of staff had advance warning the IRS was targeting conservative groups, but never told the president. Well, President Obama says the first time he heard about the IRS scandal and the AP phone record scandal, first time he heard about it was from the media. See, that's why President Obama holds press conference, not to explain what's going on, to find out what's going on. The president didn't know about Benghazi, didn't know about the IRS scandal, didn't know about the AP scandal. You know what this means? They took don't ask, don't tell out of the Pentagon and moved it into the White House. Not looking good for President Obama. Today his teleprompter took the fifth. That's a bad sign when that happens. In fact, they've changed their slogan from yes, we can to no, I can't remember. I'm sorry. President Obama says he's renewing his efforts to close Guantanamo Bay. Guantanamo Bay? How about closing the IRS? Why don't we do that? See, when I was growing up, we were always afraid of Big Brother watching us. And now with Obama, we actually have a brother watching us. You know what I'm saying? But President Obama said, although people are being watched, President Obama said, no one is listening to your phone calls. He said, no one in the government is listening to your phone calls. And you know, I believe the president. You ever called a government agency? Huh? The person on the other end is never listening. You can talk to you blue in the face. They're never listening to what you say. I always love when politicians say things like this. President Obama said today he welcomes a national debate over our surveillance policy. He said it's a debate we wouldn't have had 5 years ago. 5 years ago? Debate we wouldn't have had 2 weeks ago if they all hadn't gotten caught. That's why we're having the debate. Exactly. Bad day on Wall Street. The stock market dropped over 350 points today. See, I knew Obama shouldn't have come back home. I knew this would have happened. Today, President Obama announced the appointment of a man named Daniel Werfel as the new acting commissioner of the Internal Revenue. The other guy was fired. See, they're called acting commissioner because he has to act like the scandal doesn't involve the White House. That's how the acting part comes from right there. A lot of critics are now comparing President Obama to President Nixon. The good news for Obama, at least he's no longer being compared to President Carter. But man, these White House scandals are not going away anytime soon. I tell you how bad it's looking for President Obama. People in Kenya are now saying he is 100% American. That's how bad it's gotten. Well, yesterday, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell charged that there's a culture of intimidation throughout the Obama administration. That's what McConnell said. He said it's a culture of intimidation. Really? Anybody intimidated by Barack Obama? Huh? He can't even keep Joe Biden in line. Actually, President Obama made a surprise visit to a school in Baltimore on Friday, and these kids, you know, these little kids are so much more sophisticated nowadays. Yeah, here's the video. Take a look.
In regards to Benghazi, what did you know, and where did you know it?
Mitch McConnell says you govern by intimidation. Is that true?
Isn't it unconstitutional to secretly obtain foreign records of AP reporters?
Who inside the IRS has the plan to target conservatives?
President Obama told a group of school children that broccoli is his favorite food. You know, it's one thing to lie to the voters, okay? But, you know, when you're lying to kids, come on. And last week, President Obama told a group of school children that broccoli was his favorite food, which the kids seemed to believe. They believed him. Then he told them Obamacare would reduce the deficit, and the kids all burst out laughing.
Pretty good stuff. Actually, his writers are really good. That's over the last few months. The first 60 seconds was from last night. The rest was before. Some of it's very well written. I mean, the comedy writers for these major guys are smart. The issue is, though, how do you feel about a president being ridiculed like this over a 6-month period and then going on the guy's show? It doesn't make sense to me. Again, who is he talking to? So there we are. We're waking up almost like with a hangover from this guy on a daily basis. We all feel like we're stumbling around, not knowing what he's going to do next. There's no reason. There's no rhyme to what he's doing. The southwest border with Mexico is wide open. The illegals are coming across in droves, knowing that he's going to grant them amnesty so they can vote for Democrats and turn it into a one-party system forever. It's astounding to me. The Hassan trial, the Major Nidal Hassan that we talked about yesterday, the workplace violence trial, remember that one? The Muslim major who killed 13 and wounded 32, making a mockery of our justice system. He should have been put up before a firing squad within 60 days and shot. What kind of mockery is this that we let this go on? Everyone there knows he killed those people and he shot the others. What's the trial all about? It's to make a mockery of our legal system. Obama has not said one word about the victims of this workplace violence at Fort Hood, has he? Yet he had the nerve to stick his nose into the Trayvon Martin Zimmerman case, saying that if he had a son, he would look like Trayvon Martin. Well, he should have said that if he had a son or a daughter, they would have looked like the veterans who were shot to death by Nidal Hassan. But he let this case drag on for 4 straight years, hasn't he? Sweeping it under the rug. So nothing seems to be quite right. Not in Foggy Bottom, not on Air Force One, not in the White House, not even in the outhouse. I'll be right back.